about y'all, but I am sick and fucking tired of everything in this world being dictated by what white people think and how they fucking feel. Because how are you gonna tell me that black women are the number one consumers of most things, but businesses and marketing teams don't market to black women because they think black women are ghetto, nasty, nappy-headed hoes who have 3, 4, 5 baby daddies, and they think that marketing to black women diminishes their image as a brand? The same black women that are putting money in their pockets. And I'm not making this shit up. I finally saw a black creator last night who works in marketing say the quiet part out loud. These businesses don't market to us because they think that the average black person is ghetto and fucking poor. And on the flip side, the ones that do market to black women have little to no black people working for them, or the black people that do work for them, they treat like fucking shit. The reason why we don't get black leads in fucking films is because white people feel like they cannot relate to black characters. The story could literally have nothing to do with race. Simply just put a black girl on the screen as the romantic lead, and it takes white people out. White people only associate black people with their struggle, which is why when they put black characters on screen simply just existing, white people feel like they can't fucking relate, because white people do not see us as human beings. They do not see us as multifaceted, multidimensional human beings. That's why we don't get fucking black leads. Monoracial, non-racially ambiguous, non-light-skinned, Afrocentric featured black women. Or when we do get cast as fucking romantic leads like Francesca, who's playing Juliet in the West End production of Romeo and Juliet, the fucking vitriol that I have seen that girl receive actually fucking disgusts me. The amount of people that I've seen compare that girl to a man, compare it to an animal, or just straight up say that they think she's fucking ugly. Why the fuck do you think that you feel that way? Because white people have convinced everyone in the fucking world that monoracial, Afrocentric features are unfucking attractive. How is it that black women are one of the most educated group of people in this country, yet almost across every single field, they are paid less than their non-black counterparts, people who they're most likely more educated than? I saw this video a couple months ago by this creator. I don't know her name, but if you know Clark and follow Clark, who I love, she's made a couple of videos with her. She's really light-skinned. She wears her hair in like this straight bob. And I remember coming across a video of hers where she was replying to a comment that was asking her why she has stopped her natural hair journey, because apparently she had been wearing her hair natural, working on her curls, things like that. And her response basically was that she noticed that her engagement went down and that TikTok wasn't pushing her videos as much since she started wearing her natural curls out. And that, honestly, that was probably the first time where I saw something that actually made me feel discouraged, because I never would have thought that something as simple as how my hair grows out of my head could be the reason why my content isn't getting pushed and why I don't have as much engagement as other content creators who are doing something similar to what I'm doing. It's just so infuriating to think of how much is stacked against black women that we know and that we don't fucking know about. And for me, it's like, am I expected to do this for the rest of my life? Because I know I am not going to spend the rest of my life trying to prove to white people that I'm the good black, that I am not this inflated stereotype of a black person that they refuse to fucking let go of. Non-black women will never know how dehumanizing it is for at every turn to be told how unrelatable you are, how undesirable you are, how unmarketable you are, how un-everything you fucking are on a daily fucking basis. And what's even more insane, they hate us, but they love to imitate us because they love everything about black women on non-black bodies. I don't know, y'all. I just feel like this conversation around pay discrepancy between black creators and non-black creators is just like really getting to me. Because for me, it's like, how long do we have to fight this fight? I know we cannot be expected to fight this fight for the rest of our fucking lives, because I'm already fucking exhausted. All these barriers, all these obstacles, not because I'm a bad person, not because I have a bad character, not because I've done bad things, but because I'm black. Like, are we being so fucking for real? Honestly, it becomes more and more insane to me every fucking day.
It gets to a point where you as a black woman, you get tired of everything, and you like look at the world around you. I'm not going to be apologetic about how I am and who I am and how I speak and how I exist and how my hair grows out of my scalp and how I do my makeup and how my features look on my face and how my body exists on my body and how I should be treated. It's sort of as if I should allow the world to take from me, and I don't want that. I don't want that at all. And this is why, again, I don't even consider myself free on whatever terminologies people want to create, because people love, love, love being the best oppressor of who can oppress the best, the black woman first. Even black men are included in that category of saying, how can we oppress the black woman? How can we keep her down? What is it with keeping me down? Hmm? And even if I speak and I become like a little nutcase, they'll be like, oh, well, she's not. She needs to go to therapy and wada. You know what I'm saying? Why are we even buying from them? This thing can even end. This thing can even end tomorrow if you want to. But our people are so taken by the system that they, more than anyone, they would fight to keep it alive. And I don't even know if I want to be part of a generation that brings children where people, our own, are even fighting to keep this alive. And we also need to keep in mind that we're not going up against the master. We're going against people who enjoy buying Louis Vuitton, who enjoy buying Chanel, who enjoy being to white restaurants and in places that they know they're not allowed to, but they're going to go there and fight that they are being mistreated. They're going to fight to be in movies so that they can be chosen, so they can get a taste of the pie or the crumbs of it, because they never get really taste of the pie. They hope that they might, but they never do. They never do. They never get to be. But they hope that one day the white person would be lenient and give me a little taste of it, a little taste. Let me eat that pie. Is it delicious? You bake it every time and you give it to the white man to eat, but every day you look at the white man like a dog with saliva all over you. Let me eat. Let me eat. It's delicious. But you never think, this pie is baked by me. I invest my hours to bake this pie. I make this pie look as delicious, but I never know what it tastes like because I eat the crumbs of it, so that white people can get the full pie and eat. But it comes from my labor. And even at the people that I'm serving the very same pie to, they never really give a damn. They don't care, because they see me as the pathetic person that should be in the kitchen serving pie. They never care. They never care that actually I want a day off. I want to be with the people that I care about, outside of making your life easy and very comfortable, outside of living next to you. They never care. And the black people like this who are content as long as I'm closer to you. I'm not like the other black person. I'm not the black person like you. They're even gonna use me in their circle of net to have a conversation of how much they're not like me, and how much they just want the system to carry on, that this is the best system, and how much they want them back, and how much they're better doing this leadership thing in comparison to us, because we can't lead, we can't farm, we can't eat, we can't think about without white people. We need them side by side by us. Talk about narcissism.
So I just wanted to make a video clarifying, because I've been seeing a lot of comments about The Idea of You and Robin Lee, the black author who wrote the book. So the characters in the book are written as white, and the reason why she wrote them as white is because previously, this is all according to an article that I read. The reason why she made the characters white is because before, when she wrote a book and she had a black woman, she wrote a black woman as the lead and had the white man as a romantic lead, and she had a really hard time selling that book. She was being told by different publishers that they already had an interracial book on the roster for that year, and basically only one at a time, I guess, basically. So she had a really hard time selling that book, and she said that the next book that she wrote, she would basically kind of do anything to get it published. If that meant writing the characters as white, then so be it. But one thing she said, that she was gonna make sure that the character was very closely related to her and based off of her personal life and experiences or things like that. Something she also said is that she felt like the story would have been received a lot differently if
the lead character, Anne Hathaway's character, was a black woman. She said that she just felt like the world was not ready for that type of story with a black woman lead. Like, it just would have been something completely different, like a black woman running around with a white boy in a boy band half her age. I think she was basically saying, based off what I read, that she just thought there'd be a bunch of think pieces, and like, it just, again, I think it's that kind of thing where, like, when it comes to like black people and black stories, we're not allowed to like have a sense of suspended belief. We're not allowed to like live in a fantasy. Like, we can watch a white woman do it and like take it for as what it is, but as soon as you change the race, it's like, why is this black woman doing this, blah blah. It becomes about, the story becomes about her being black and doing this, rather than her just being a woman who's attracted to like a young man. Or, do you understand what I'm talking about? I hope you understand what I'm saying. So all in all, the characters were written as white, but obviously for, in my opinion, a pretty terrible reason. And still proves my point that even a black author felt the need to make her characters white because she had a hard time selling her book when she wrote a black woman as the lead, which is fucking insane. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify that for the peoples.